Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 93 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I update this account's progress every week, go over all the character upgrades, things I'm doing for the account, plans for the future, so that you can follow along. Please remember to use your like saver. Hit that like button if you could, please. It helps me. It helps the channel. With that in mind, let's get into it and see what happened in the account in week 93. We had planned for the relic of the Mandalorian ahead of this next event for the Executor. So we're going to go ahead and get that here in week 93. Now on my main account, I have found that there's some use in having the Mandalorian a little bit slower than the opposing Mandalorians. So I'm going to stop his upgrades at relic level 4 just for fleet. But that allows us to put these Zetas on and still be able to manage that speed of that ship where I want it for the mirror matches later on. So we'll take him to relic 4, and that's where we'll stop. When we take a look at Commander Luke, he needs 2 Carbantes. We have 2 Carbantes, but we also need 2 Carbantes over here on the Wampa. Wampa's pretty much a free win all by himself in Grand Arena. We've been working on his gear. Probably want to relic him at some point soon. So we're going to go ahead and not only get 1 upgrade, but then get a 2nd upgrade. I'll lock in some miscellaneous gear pieces that I can afford to here on the Wampa as well. Make a guild request for that Mark 1 back to gel, and we'll get back to him at some point in the future. We did get our 7th star on Chief Chirpa, so we've got 5 Ewoks now at 7 stars. They're not at the right gear to get a 7-star C-3PO yet, but getting close. Don't have any mods on any of the Ewoks, so we'll have to, put some really good mods on them at some point and try to get this event done. A few more gear tiers, especially on the Elder, before we're ready to do that, though. And we've got a lot on the agenda with the plans to relic clones for the Kiadi Mundi mission, and then follow up with that Profundity journey. So we do take, another gear tier on Chief Chirpa here, and then we take a look at what we need for Elder. And we need a bunch of these Mark III holo projectors, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to commit 1 for now. It'll make it easier for us at some point in the future whenever we do decide to get those Ewoks up and running, so we'll park it there and be ready for later. Cassian then is part of this Profundity journey that we're trying to go after on this account, so we're going to go ahead and lock in an upgrade to gear 11 on him. It's a character that we do use in our Mon Mothma team already, so it doesn't feel too bad getting him going a little better gear. We'll start Radis. We got a long way to go on Radis, but we can already start building up his gear, even though he's only 3 stars at the moment. We also have Biston. We collected up Biston shards in the background out of fleet and such, so we've already got him ready to go. Scarif Rebel Pathfinder also just got built up in the background. We didn't have to do much special effort to get him. Of course, 93 weeks in on the account, there's been a lot of time to build up some of these characters in the background. We're going to go ahead and unlock Biston's U-Wing. We've already got this ship to 5 stars. We'll keep picking that up out of the fleet shop and bring that ship up to the appropriate level. Here I run myself completely out of money. So we're at 9,000 credits. That's going to be all we can do for characters for the week. We'll take a look at Cassian's U-Wing. There's still some levels that we can get on this Cassian's U-Wing. So I take a look at it, but at the end of the day, we do have to save credits for this Executor unlock if we get it on the 15th. So save back some of the ship credits and just leave it there for the week. All right, that brings us to week 93, 4.56 million galactic power. We added on 80,000 this week. Started a few new characters and started a new ship, and that always just, it amazes me how much galactic power that adds all at once. Brings us up to 43 relics, and with the 2 Zetas that we put on Beskar Armor Mando, takes us to 60 Zetas. The JMK team is still getting us top 10. The Negotiator's still getting us top 10. And we're going to turn around and relic that Dark Trooper in 1 week. Conquest is going to open up, and we'll have the bandwidth and I think the currency and everything that we need to go ahead and relic that Dark Trooper pretty quickly. So we're going to play on a 1-week cycle for him. The energy plan is completely changed from the prior week. IG 2000, we're going to farm that twice per day. We've almost got Xanadu Blood finished. The IG 2000 is the last ship that we need to get to 7 stars. And we're not going to be able to complete all of the Executor event out to the 7-star tier and get the bonus tier this time around. So we're going to double farm that IG 2000 so that the next time this event rolls around next month, for sure, we're going to have that ship at 7 stars as well. Admiral Radis will farm twice. I do want to go for the Profundity Journey, and if we farm Radis only once per day, that puts us on a 7-month timeline, and I would much rather be on, let's say, a 4-month timeline. Then I put Scion and Hux in parentheses. The Scion node has the First Order shuttle on it, so I do want to farm that up over time. Hux, get this finalizer fleet somewhere in the background. I'm not in a hurry to get it. That's why I put these in parentheses. Some days I'll farm them, and some days we'll just work on gear. In terms of fleet, we're going to work on the Outrider and the Echelon out of fleet. The Outrider I am farming twice a day right now. I already was farming it before the Profundity was even announced. Basically, as soon as the Outrider became farmable, I was already farming that node. So I'll farm it once or twice a day just to make sure that we stay on track with that. I'll kind of keep an eye on Radis shards, and the Outrider has to track along with Radis and finish up around the same time he does. So we'll play that a little bit by feel. In the Cantina, Dash becomes a big priority. He's a single shard drop out of the Cantina. It's going to take us a ton of Cantina farm, but he is one of the characters out of that journey that if I can relic him right away, I can make a single relic team out of him. I've already got a Vandor Chewbacca on this account, and there's other characters that we could put in that team to make it interesting to deal with. So we're going to go ahead and prioritize his shards over the signal data just for a little while. If I relic some characters in the meantime, maybe I'll just, put them at Relic 3 and park them or something like that, and then farm the signal data out later. We've got some time to spare. Clones to do again before the Profundity Journey, so we've got some time. Refresh strategy is still 3 mods, 3 energy, 3 fleet. And we'll do Cantina refreshes on the appropriate days when it's Cantina and every energy day. In Squad Arena Store, I'm only buying Prestige right now. I'm going to build the Executor capital ship, and then I'm planning to turn around in pretty short order and build the Profundity capital ship, let's say in 4.5 months from now. So that's not enough time to gather up 1,900 Prestige. So I feel like we just need to focus that every day. I'm already up to almost 2,200 Prestige, so I'm ahead, and we'll just keep it that way. If I have too much Prestige, it's fine. We can lay off later. In the fleet store, we are looking for Biston's U-Wing, of course, now, and we're still going to get first order ships and then use the rest on Zetas. Everything else is feeding the shard shop. So the old fleet plan, like 1 week ago, I presented this plan with the Negotiator, Malevolence Empire, and I have a weak Rebel fleet, a couple other capital ships. So I'm going to work on Executor and then the First Order, and then I was going to work on JML and try to bring up that Rebel fleet. So with this change in mind, with the idea that we're just going to go straight for this Profundity Journey, the fleet plan is going to look like this, where we've got Negotiator, Malevolence Empire, Executor. We're going to add Profundity and also going to power up Home 1. So we plan to fully build a whole bunch of Rebel stuff, build the Profundity, build Home 1, divide up all the good ships between those 2 fleets as it's appropriate. So that's going to add 2 more strong fleets. And actually, this is going to put me at 6 fleets with just about the best fleets the game has to offer. Of course, my Empire fleet still lacks that ship that we need with the Inquisitor to make it a step better. So maybe at the end of the day, without that ship, the Finalizer would be the best 6th fleet if I had that built out. But anyway, we'll have 6 functional fleets, and we'll have hopefully the 2 best fleets in the game with Executor and Profundity. And then we won't have to worry about that half of the GAC anymore. We can put the appropriate defense down, keep some good stuff for offense. And honestly, with the Jedi Master Kenobi already in the account, able to hold a character zone pretty well, if we get the ship zone locked down, we should be able to hold on to Kyber in spite of our severe lack of teams compared to opponents. At 4.5 million galactic power, we're fighting up now 6.5 to 8 million galactic power opponents almost every time we play. So we really got to stretch these resources and teams as far as we can. And having good fleets is going to, I think, get me back into the flexibility to be able to hold this position in Kyber pretty well. And then the JML Journey. The Profundity Journey, to my surprise, didn't add as much time as I thought to the whole journey, because it's not that much of a detour for us, especially once we take this little break to get the clones done and stuff like that. I feel like we'll be able to finish that Profundity up pretty quickly, move on to JML. Probably 60 weeks in total to JML. And it's amazing to think that I'm just thinking about two big journeys with the Profundity and JML, and it could be over a year. Depending on whether or not we get more gear changes to the game coming up here soon, maybe that would shorten the timeline. That would be fantastic. But yeah, right now I'm looking at over a year to get my next Galactic Legend, which is, it's crazy to think about, but yeah. So all I can say is let's go. Let's get it done. Let's get this other fleet in the account. Let's get these two best fleets up and running and take it from there. Start building more GLs. That's going to wrap it up for the week 93 update for the Darth Loquitur account. Leave comments below. If you see anything here that you question or think might be better or worse or have advice for me, feel free to drop it in the comments down below. Always happy to hear what you guys got to say, and you know, I've learned a lot from your comments as well as you know, people learning from these holocrons. Remember to like if you haven't done that already. Subscribe if you want to see more like this in the future, and join us over on Discord. We've got a fantastic Discord server. The link is in the description of the holocron down below. Just click on that and it'll take you over to the server. I hope to see you over there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next holocron.